why teaching? Why is that important? Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yow and I am excited to be with you here on this Thanksgiving week. Hope you guys are having a fantastic holiday weekend. Will throughout the rest of the weekend. We've got a great show lined up for you. We're going to talk to 10 Penn Alley owner Derek Ransom, who has some exciting updates about his facility here at 10 Penn Alley in Columbia. We'll also have Maurice Patton with folks from Carver Smith High School, also known as Columbia Central High School, but last week it was Carver Smith as they held a legacy night. So all of that's coming your way here in just a few minutes. But right now, we're going to get you to the wrap.
Hey everybody, it's Scott Stewart with the Pulaski Citizen Wrap this week. Teresa Clemens Velker is our Citizen Spotlight this week, and she takes her place right there at the top and center of the front page. Grand jury indictments were handed down against two men last week in connection with a Pulaski Police Department investigation into the death of a 17-year-old girl back in March due to a fentanyl overdose. You can find out about the investigation and how fentanyl spreads throughout communities on the front page this week. Minor Hill will celebrate Christmas with a parade Sunday. All the details are right there on the front page. The Pulaski Board of Mayor and Aldermen approved a variety of upgrades and improvements last week. Find out all about that as well right there on the front page. And there's more from Secretary of State Trey Hargett's visit to Pulaski recently. This week we highlight a grant for the Giles County Public Library. Inside, the Giles County Trail of Tears Interpretive Center hosted its annual commemorative walk, and Paulette Bledsoe has several photos of the event right there on page A2. Elkton's Christmas tree tinsel trail lighting is coming up soon. That and more from the Elkton Board of Mayor and Aldermen is inside this week's paper. Giles Pass features Aspen Hill this week. And our friend Trey Donovan usually shows up at the holidays with something music related, and this holiday is no different, as Trey has sent us his Thanksgiving playlist. So you don't want to miss that coming up this week in the Pulaski Citizen. Also, don't forget we've got obituaries, backward glances, property transfers, court docket, community briefs, church briefs, funny games, fearless forecasters, and so much more. Get your copy of the Pulaski Citizen this week. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you doing that this morning. We're going to tell you about the headlines now on the front page of Main Street Maury. We have several big headlines, of course. We've got on the front page Frank Jorgalos with his turkey hat on as the Grecian Family Restaurant and Bakery up in Spring Hill is preparing for their annual Thanksgiving dinner. And they will be giving out more than 1,200 free Thanksgiving dinners tomorrow on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. If you would like a dinner, you are welcome to go by anytime between 11:30 and 2. If you need it delivered, you can always give them a call. And there are more details on the front page of the paper. Also in Spring Hill, the Board of Mayor and Aldermen heard from the Tennessee Department of Transportation on issues regarding Main Street, US 31, and the June Lake interchange. And so there is a full story there as BOMA members tended to grill TDOT officials for answers on those road projects. So you'll definitely want to check that out. Also, you can find an unfortunate story about a young man, a Columbia Central student who died in a fire last week. A full story on him and that there, as well as some good news from McDonald's, who presented a check to Maury County Schools as well. So all of that and much, much more on Main Street Maury's front page. So check that out. I'm going to send you back to Scott now for the Lawrence County Advocates wrap.
Hey everybody, it's Scott Stewart again with the Lawrence County Advocate wrap for this week. The spirit of Christmas is upon us, which means the joy of sharing with each other. On the front page of this week's Lawrence County Advocate, read all about the annual Spirit of Santa breakfast out at Rotary Park set for Friday, December the 1st. And the 27th Santa for Seniors is underway, providing Christmas cheer for up to 650 Lawrence County senior citizens and shut-ins. There is a lot going on in the city of Lawrenceburg. So much that we've had to split our coverage of the Lawrenceburg City Council meeting recently into several different articles. This week we highlight all the construction, water and sewer upgrades, and cleanup work that's been going on all across the city of Lawrenceburg. Next week we'll highlight information that was shared by LUS at the Lawrenceburg City Council meeting. And just a reminder that the Lawrenceburg City Council has moved their second meeting of November to November the 30th. The Lawrence County Community Theaters, it's Christmas again, y'all. It's coming up really soon. You can find out how to get tickets on the front page of this week's Advocate. Loretto also has some upgrades and improvement projects going on, and the story is right there on the front page, as are the Thanksgiving closings for the rest of this week. David Crockett State Park is offering its Thanksgiving meal Thursday and then a day after a hike the next day. Find out about both of these inside this week's edition of the Lawrence County Advocate. St. Joe's makes a Christmas parade plans. The Big Gold Machine received superior ratings in a recent competition. Rotary welcomes new members, and they hear from the public library. Hey, you may or may not be surprised by this, but our friend Trey Donovan over at the Lawrence County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition has really got some other talents that you may not know about, including writing. And this week, Trey has sent us his Thanksgiving playlist. You don't want to miss that one in this week's edition of The Advocate. Maury Regional cuts the ribbon on a new OBGYN practice there at Maury Regional. In sports, we've got Larry Woody's latest column, the opening of gun season for deer. We've got area high school basketball schedule as well. And on the back this week, we've got some photo features of Fly Fest. It's all in the Advocate this week. Get your copy today. We'll be right back after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Having a good, confident smile and being able to portray that positivity to others is really helpful.
A professional family atmosphere is what we get every time we come here.
Our hygienists do a better job at kind of assessing mouths and coming up with plans than most dentists do.
They're very kind and they're very aware of other people.
I think if there's things that I would want you to leave here with, I want you to feel like you were heard, that we listened to you, and I want you to feel like that your concerns were addressed.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yow, and today I am joined by Derek Ransom here at 10 Pin Alley in Columbia. And as you can see, there are some big things happening here at what was the bowling alley and arcade and laser tag, and now just keep adding to the list. It's mini golf, it's go-karts, it's going to be a lot of fun coming up soon. And so thanks, Derek, for taking time.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about this project, man. What you got enough stuff inside. Why outside?
We just, we had this 7.5 acre property, and, it was just grass. And so we wanted to do something with it. And, mini golf and go-karts have always been in our funnel of attractions we wanted to add. And it just seemed like the right time to do it as Columbia's growing, as the community's growing. And so we loaded the gun, fired a bullet, and started construction.
Well, and that's one of the things that you hear consistently on social media. We need something for kids to do. Well, obviously you've got plenty of stuff inside, but I mean, this just adds that extra element of being outside in the open and having a good time. And, so why is now the time?
Well, just, the community overall, as people are growing into Maury County and pouring in, we want to provide a place for them to do social activities, which is harder to do nowadays. So families get together, company parties, family reunions, birthday parties, group events, team building parties. And the more that we can encompass within the business model and then throw food and beverage at it as well, the more attractive we'll be to people when they're looking at doing those kind of activities.
So tell me about the You see the robots everywhere. You see the legs of a future robot here.
Yes, sir.
But tell me a little bit about what we're going to see, kind of as we look out across here.
Yeah, so we're going to have an 18-hole miniature golf course. We're continuing our steampunk theme, which we have inside out here with to incorporate with the mini golf course. So we'll have every hole will have a different prop that has a steampunk, whether it be a snail or a robot or a rocket. It will have that kind of look and feel as you go around. We'll have 2 water features. We're going to have a spring here, and then as you see down there, there'll be a waterfall on the back side of that. And actually, that waterfall will flow into the one of the holes. So if you miss a bridge, your ball is going to hit the stream from the waterfall and then be released onto the green at a different level. And then, of course, we got our 28-car go-kart track. We're built it big enough for 28 cars. We're starting with 20. There will be electric cars. It's an 850-foot track they're all electric, and so we'll be able to run 16 single riders and then 4 double riders out of the gate, and we hope to add cars as we grow, but we're building everything big enough to accommodate 28, starting with 20 cars total.
So go-karts.
Yes.
This is unique because, obviously, like you said, they're electric, but this is a big track for a small area. How were, the engineering that went into that?
Yeah.
How did you fit all of that into this?
Well, we worked with professionals that have done this type of work for over 50 years. They're out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And there's actually a formula as to how much length track you need for each car. And so we gave them our dimensions, and they have in-house designers and engineers, and then they actually put the drawing together based on our specs, and we're able to come squeeze everything into this place to make it comfortable and big enough to enjoy.
And it really is going to be a lot of fun. Now, is there any safety issue with the highway being right there? Are you kind of afraid? What are the plans for that?
Yeah, we do have some fencing going up to separate the attractions from the highway, as well as individuals down the middle between the 2 attractions as well, and the parking lot.
Fantastic. So that's not worried about safety too much. There's going to be something there.
Some barriers there for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So bowling, arcade, laser tag, mini golf. What else? Go-karts. What else can folks do here that maybe isn't on that list? You said birthday parties and events. Like, you guys have so much space here.
Yeah.
So what are some things that folks, if they're looking for something to do, this is the place to be? How can they incorporate whatever they want to do?
So, we have packages that we put together for companies, food and beverage, with or without food and beverage. But, the attractions, we also have bumper cars. We also have a private rooms where we have a bigger group, be able to come here, do a meeting, do a set down dinner, and then go play. And so, we still have around 8,000 square feet inside that we can grow into. And
wow.
So, the gears are turning on what's the next. Every year our goal was to add an attraction every year, add something to the business model every year. And we've been able to do this. This one took up a little bit more time and money and effort, but it's going to be worth it when it's all said and done.
Absolutely.
So we're still growing. We definitely want to be the one-stop shop for family fun in Maury County.
Now, see, obviously some dirt moving out front. Is that parking? Are you guys going to kind of redo the parking over there?
We are.
Obviously, that's a big deal. When you have more attractions, you're going to have more people.
Yeah, which leads into more cars. So we are expanding the parking lot. We're going to gain around 28 additional parking spaces. We're going to put new asphalt on the parking lot, new lights to light it up, islands to direct traffic a little better. So, yeah, we are expanding the parking lot as well.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Well, it's starting to rain, so let's get inside and go play some laser tag.
Let's go.
But appreciate you taking time again. We'll look forward to getting this open. When can we expect it to be open?
We are 3 to 4 weeks out on the outdoor attraction, so it'll be dependent on weather when we open this. So it may lead into spring
Early
of 2024. And so this is 3 to 4 weeks out. The parking lot, we're still working on that. We're probably another 6 weeks out on that. And then we haven't released this yet, but we're going to do an exterior renovation that will start early next year as well of the building on the outside.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And we hope that you will come down to Columbia and visit 10 Pin Alley. Again, Derek Ransom here on Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yow. We'll have more after this.
Thank you, Chris.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Mockingbird Title and Escrow is an attorney-owned and operated full-service title company in Middle Tennessee. We get your deals closed without worry and fuss. We're a family business that offers the highest level of expertise in our industry when it comes to closing and funding your real estate transactions.
And it's a job I really love. I'm passionate about this. I'm enthusiastic about this. I like to think we're pretty well-rounded and can deal with a wide range of needs and a wide range of clients.
Call 615-274-8698 today.
Welcome back in to Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yow. Time now to take a look at sports. We've got Maurice Patton at Main Street Maury, who's got your sports update.
I'm Maurice Patton, sports editor at Main Street Maury, and this past weekend we had a chance to be at a special event over at Columbia Central. It was Legacy Night as the boys and girls basketball teams paid tribute to Carver Smith High School, the pre-integration all-black high school here in town. Had an opportunity to speak to a number of different individuals about that occasion, the event, and take a listen.
Here in Columbia with Carver Smith principal Mike Steele. As here at Columbia Central, they are honoring the pre-integration all-black high school here in Columbia, Carver Smith High School. The boys and girls basketball teams will be playing Whites Creek later tonight, and they'll be wearing throwback uniforms representing Carver Smith. So they'll be the Yellow Jackets, not the Lions tonight. And Mike, I know this has been a busy time for you. Appreciate you taking a second. But
sure.
Just, did you expect this kind of response to this?
Well, you know, when I was at Stratford 12 years, and there's so much history there. And then I got to Columbia Central. This is my second year. So much history. Then as I started to learn more about Carver Smith High School, just the history of the Carver Smith High School is fantastic. And so we're very blessed to be able to put this this game on tonight in honoring Carver Smith High School and all the legacy of that school. But no, sir, I did not expect it to be this big.
Not just a game. They've got exhibits up here kind of taking you through the 19-year history of the school. It opened in January of 1950, closed in 69 as integration took hold here in Maury County with all students attending Columbia Central. But like you said, a lot of history in a short period of time.
A lot of history in a short period of time, and I just got a shout out to everybody that made this possible. You know, the Peace and Justice Initiative, Ms. Ventura, Chris Pointer, and then when you look behind you, you see all the work that the staff has put into this, and the students have been involved. You'll see students wearing their Carver Smith shirts tonight. We've had a very, very challenging week with the death of one of our young men here in the school. And this is kind of a celebration culmination of where we can all come together and be unified as one school and one community.
Joined now on Mornings on Main Street by President of the Columbia Peace and Justice Initiative, Trent Ogilvie. And Trent just talked to Mike Steele, the principal here at Carver Smith.
Yeah.
This is a great event.
Yes, it is amazing. You know, just the memories, the legacy of Carver Smith, what it meant to this community. Just to see the alumni come in and see the green and gold, to see the smiles on their faces, because this means something. You know, this is a part of their history, a part of their community. And many kids today really don't like school, really don't like to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And we got people here that, you know, almost 60, almost 70 years later, you know, they're like, hey, this is important. And so, you know, we are just so privileged to be able to honor their legacy. And so thankful for that.
You're a Columbia native, you're a Columbia Central graduate. You probably have people in your family that attended Carver Smith, probably grew up hearing about it, that kind of thing.
Yes.
To be a part of putting something like this together has to be meaningful to you.
Absolutely. I count it a privilege and an honor to be able to do this, for all those who paved the way, for me and for so many others who have come behind them. This is the foundation, and we've got to honor those who have paved the way and their significance, the blood, sweat, and tears of what they went through. It just makes me proud and so very honored just to remember that legacy.
Awesome. Thank you, sir, for taking some time
Yes,
with
sir.
us. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Willie Morgan joining us here on Mornings on Main Street as we are at the event where Columbia Central is honoring and recognizing Carver Smith High School, the pre-integration all-black high school here in Columbia. Mr. Morgan, you attended Carver Smith?
Yeah, graduated in 1956. Been a long time ago.
So this is a big deal.
Yeah.
I've asked a couple of people, what's taken so long for something like this to take place? But I guess the flip side of it is better late than never.
That's right. That's correct.
Just being here, seeing this, seeing the green and gold, that kind of thing. What's the significance of this to you?
Oh, that brings back old memories, by playing sports at Carver Smith and playing on good teams and stuff like that. A whole lot of guys that I played with are deceased, and we had some real good. We were the only football team that won a championship.
Okay.
Carver Smith.
Okay.
In 1956, 55, 56.
Okay. So your last 2 years. Your last 2 years.
Last 2 years.
Okay. All right. And to just be back here and we saw you honored a couple of weeks ago by the Columbia Peace and Justice Initiative, and the legacy that you and your family have had here in this town. It's got to be pretty big for you.
Oh yeah. It's especially seeing my granddaughter get a scholarship at UT, I thought I'd never get to see that, my age, but I'm really proud of her, and that's what's important to me is my grandkids and stuff where they come from.
Well, and for them to have a chance to see this has got to be pretty nice.
Yeah, because they are surprised when I tell them about some of the things that I went through, being raised up and going to Carver Smith. They couldn't believe it,
Well, great. We appreciate you taking some time with us. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. We're visiting here on Mornings on Main Street with former Columbia Vice Mayor Krista Martin, key mover and shaker with the Columbia Peace and Justice Initiative, who's helped put on this event here as Columbia Central is recognizing and honoring the legacy of Carver Smith High School. And you missed Carver Smith as a student, barely.
Yeah, barely. But let me say this, I'm excited because my husband was at Carver Smith and we lived in the country. And so we would get to come to town to see the band and to come to a ball game. My mom worked at the hospital, so she brought us into town and took us to school. And so we had limited option to be able to do some things, but Carver Smith was in our heart. We knew that it was an awesome academic school and also awesome athletically. So here's the deal.
Tell us about this bag.
I just want you to know that this is my husband's basketball bag. He was a player at Carver Smith, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. He was number 12, and he kept this bag. This bag is 54 years old. So there you go.
That's the original. That's not a replica.
Real stuff. This is real. And when he brought it out the other day, we were so excited. And I'm like, are you going to take that bag out there with you? And he said, yeah, I want people to see it. And I'm like, are you going to hold it or are you going to be talking? So basically, he's walking around fellowshipping, and I'm holding on to the bag.
You are the keeper of the bag.
I'm the keeper of the bag.
That's
but
okay.
This event, it just makes your heart warm that the administration of Maury County Public Schools, Lisa Venturi, and the principal of the school, Dr. Steele, allowed us to come in and make a presentation about doing this. we have our leadership, Trent Ogilvie and Pastor Trent Ogilvie and Pastor Russ Adcock, and they're the ones working with us to have this brainchild to bring this. And we're so excited because all the people that are coming out from far and near. We've got a coach that's in his 90s that was at Central High School. So it's just another way for the old to meet the new, for our community to come together, and for us to look at what kinds of things are alike for us and what kinds of things we celebrate.
That's awesome.
So we're excited to be here.
Vice Mayor Martin, we appreciate you taking some time with us.
Thank you so much.
We've also got coverage of that basketball doubleheader as the Yellow Jackets and the Lady Yellow Jackets swept Whites Creek on Friday night. Coverage of other high school basketball from across the area as basketball season got started up last week. Coverage of Columbia State basketball, and Chris Yow was on hand for the Division IIA state semifinal football game between Columbia Academy and Middle Tennessee Christian. So jam-packed sports coverage in this week's Main Street Maury. Be sure and check that out in print. And that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Mo. When we come back, we've got weather and more right after this. So stick around on Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.
They have always met wildest expectations as far as taking care of my teeth and my health. You know, teeth health is very important now to your heart. And I told him one day, I said, I'd love to have nice teeth and nice hair. And he said, well, I can take care of the teeth, but I can't take care of the hair. And I said, you can make my teeth? He said, yeah. I said, well, let's go for it. And he did. And I have been tremendously pleased. Dr. Hart, if you need him at night, he's here. This staff here will take care of you 24/7. You don't have to worry about, I can't get a hold of my dentist, my tooth's hurting. No, they will be here for you. And if I could get Dr. Hart to take that same artistry that he has and grow hair, then he would be double rich.
Welcome back in to Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Time now to take a look at your forecast. We've got our friends from Tennessee Valley Weather who are bringing that to you. You'll find the 7-day forecast and more right here.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather today.
Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast. We are still on the gloomy side this morning. Winds out of the north about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Temperatures starting off in the lower 40s for your Wednesday morning, so be sure to bundle up before you step out the door today here in Southern Middle Tennessee. But guess what? The sunshine will be back by this afternoon, and we won't unfortunately get very warm out there either, talking upper 40s to lower 50s for your Wednesday afternoon here in Southern Middle Tennessee. But we are going to hold on to a clear sky for your Wednesday evening and overnight into Thursday. That clear sky is going to allow those temperatures to get down pretty chilly, close to freezing across the area. Temperatures will eventually warm back up to the 50s by Thursday afternoon. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. For Thanksgiving, we are looking nice with a mostly cloudy to partly cloudy sky. We will be dry all across the area, so travel should be a breeze no matter where you're headed. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s over the next few days, and shower chances don't return until Sunday.
That's going to do it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee this week. We hope that you guys have had again, fantastic week leading up to Thanksgiving and have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you right here on Main Street Media Television next week on Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Have a great week.